Good evening to all of you. Although Ramesh sir is not here, I would like to thank Ramesh sir, the CEO of Goldengate International College, for giving me this opportunity to speak to you about environment science and how we teach environment science at Goldengate International College, both at bachelor level and at master's level. So today my talk will be about what are the opportunities of environment science for students who have opted bachelor level, and also some general issues about environment science for all of us, not only students of bachelors in environment science, but all of you in all disciplines who have now completed college. So I urge you to stay in place and don't go in and out, okay, so that I can speak properly. So, my name is Tuladhar. I'm a professor of environmental science. I've been teaching environmental science for over 10 years at Goldengate College. But before that, I've been teaching environmental science at other colleges in Kathmandu Valley, including Kopo College, Kathmandu University, Nepal Engineering College, etc. And before that, I was trained as a forester. So I've been teaching forestry at Pokhara Institute, at Kafkal Institute in Kathmandu, and also at Hitara Institute. So that's my general background. So let me go to the first slide now. This is the Goldengate International College. I hope this is clear despite the light. That's the main administrative building and classroom building of Goldengate International College, where most of the bachelors of science classes are held. We also have a master program in a different rented building, which is very popular. And that's where I come to teach different classes of both bachelor and master's level. Now, here is the Goldengate bus, and this bus is taking students out for field trip. And in this particular field trip, we are going to Gosaikund area. And among here, you see some students. I'm in the background, two students in front. And I would like to tell you that at Goldengate, it's not all about studies, it's about enjoyment and learning outside of the classroom as well. That a lady in front, right to the right of me, is Miss Lily Shrestha. And while she was at my classes, she was very, very chak-chake, always chatting and enjoying life, and often I used to remonstrate with her to pay attention. But at the end of bachelor, she was the topper of Bachelor of Science. Not only that, when she went to do her master's in environmental science, she was a topper in the master's entrance exam at Central Department. And after that, after she completed the master's, she even topped Masters of Science. And she was joining for a brief time as a faculty of Goldengate. And as soon as I learned that she topped Masters, I gave her whatever money came out of my pocket. I don't know whether it's 10 rupees or 100 rupees, but I wanted to acknowledge that she's a great student. Now, after that, where is she now? Here. She is now a consultant environmentalist at one of the most premier INGO of Nepal called ICMOR, International Center for Integrated Mountain Development. This is the main selling point of Goldengate International College. The syllabus which you have here are the same syllabus with students of Trichandra College, Amrit Science College, Patna College, lots of colleges in Nepal teach environmental science. But what makes students of Goldengate special is that there is a lot of opportunity for personality development. But opportunities are there for your taking. You have to develop yourself. She is one person who develops opportunities. And not only that, you are now just entering the first year. But from year one, there are opportunities to develop. Here's another picture I want to show. Here is a lady called Pratibha Khatri. You cannot see her picture, but below there it says WWF Nepal Scholar, World Wildlife Fund Nepal Scholar. In the very first year, she competed for an opportunity and she got full scholarship to study entire 4-year program of Bachelor of Environmental Science at Goldengate. Okay, and here is a picture of her. That's her after she got the certificate from Goldengate, and this is her certificate. It says there, Julian Brown Schaefer Memorial Scholarship in 2018. This is one example, two examples. So at Goldengate, there are opportunities all around Nepal, all around the world, etc. But you are here with your friends, with your faculty, to take advantage of such offers and develop. There are many students in first year, second year, third year who have been abroad from Goldengate, from bachelor program, in climate change, environment science program, Italy, America, India. Okay, so they are always developing their extracurricular leadership skills, community skills, in addition to whatever knowledge, practical they learn at school, at college, etc. So these are the opportunities you'll be getting here. Okay, so I just began two such examples. Now I'm going to talk about some general issues, not all, there are lots and lots of issues, some general issues about environmental science, which we can all relate to, which we often hear in the news, in TV, in YouTube, in a newspaper, etc. And these are climate change and global warming, biodiversity, deforestation, pollution of air and water, and wildlife. That's a few of them, okay? There's a lot of them. And in all of those issues, I'll be going just briefly on what are the major issues and how we go about teaching those issues and empower students about those issues, how to deal with it, okay? So let's go with a couple of issues right now. Here is the issue about climate change. The term we often hear is called greenhouse effect. Greenhouse refers to a small glass house which you see in botanical garden, etc. And the nice thing about greenhouse is that it lets light in, but it does not let your heat out. Okay, just like nowadays in cold season, we have a lot of quilt or syrup, okay? And the thicker the syrup is, the warmer you become. So in greenhouse also what happens is that the more amount of carbon dioxide that is available in the atmosphere, the more heat is retained in the earth. That makes it hot. Normally that's quite good, but Earth also has certain average temperature, and Earth average temperature is 15 degrees centigrade. We have cool areas, we have warm areas, but the average 15 degrees. And in that 15 degree, over the last 300 years, the heat has increased about 1 degree only. But with that increase of 1 degree, we are fearful of all kinds of global change problems, including sea level rise, glacier melt, etc. And it is said that in the next 100 years, 50 years, it may rise between 2 to 5 degrees centigrade. So that's the problem we often have. So here is a picture where it says here, okay, the light is coming in from the sun, it hits the earth, it turns into heat, and once it goes back, the greenhouse effect lets it reflect back to earth, and we are heating it, okay? So this is the greenhouse effect, and we have to remember that carbon dioxide is the main villain, but besides carbon dioxide, other gases like nitrous oxide, even water vapor, ozone are also gases that often trap the heat on Earth. But we are concerned about carbon dioxide because most of the carbon dioxide are coming from two sources. One is burning all kinds of petroleum, diesel, etc. from buses, motorcycles, ships, planes, etc. And the other is from burning forests. A lot of forests are burned to make agricultural land all over the world, and because of those things, carbon dioxide has increased over the last 300 years from 250 parts per million to around 420 parts per million now. And it is scheduled to increase all the way up to 600 parts per million, and we already have all kinds of problems with extreme storms. So this is greenhouse effect right here. Now, the question often is, when we talk about greenhouse effect, other types of effect happening all over the world, what is that of concern to Nepal? Nepal came come. So here's one example that shows that greenhouse effect is also causing certain problems in Nepal. Here is a graph in which you have these lines going up and down, and there is a central red line going down. This is the graph of all the temperature of Nepal for the last 50 years. All the temperature of last 50 years have been maintained by Nepal government office called Department of Hydrology and Meteorology. And in that period, the central red line shows the trend line. Okay, whereas each small dot represents actual temperature records. So sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But we look at the center line, it shows that every year temperature increases.